Okay, I'm going to try to make a video, might be a series of videos on how to digitize an image for one of our Facebook group members. They wanted an instructional video on how to stitch this image. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my trace bitmap tool, and in single scan brightness cutoff, I'm going to optimize, move my slider up to about 2 and hit apply. I'm going to go to my layers and objects and just hide the image, and that is my SVG. I'm going to resize it in inches because I'm in the United States, and if I want that to stitch in a 5x7 hoop, I need to reduce this to, let's go 4.5 inches on the height, and that will give you your dimensions that will fit in a 5x7 hoop. I'm gonna center that in my page, zoom in, and first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to, let's create another layer. We're going to name this duplicate. I'm going to hide that layer, and I'm going to move that duplicate into that layer. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is I need to break apart some of these fill objects. So I'm going to use my Bezier tool. I have my create spiral path turned on. Zooming in. Now I'm holding my shift key down to create a sharp corner, another sharp corner, and then release, and we'll do it again. Doesn't have to be perfect, just get it close. Holding my shift key down, continuing to hold it, and I'm going to finish. Let's give that a color so you can see what's going on. It's still selected, and that's okay because the next line we're going to create will be combined with it. We'll start holding our shift key, still holding it down, make another node, release your shift key, and go around the contour. I'm going to hold my shift key down and end it out in space here. One more time. This time I'm still selected. I'm holding my shift key down to combine and create sharp corners. I'm still holding my shift key down and end it out here. And there you go. We have 3 lines combined with each other. Actually, I need one more line. We'll select it. Get our Bezier tool. I'm holding my shift key down, and I'm going to create one more line right along here. All right, that looks good. So with those lines combined and I have it selected, I am going to hold my shift key down and select my fill object. I'm going to go to path, flatten. Okay, so now I no longer need my combined line, and you can see where it divided this path, but it's still one object. So if you select it and go to extension, Inkstitch, tools fill, break apart fill objects, hit apply and close. Now we have multiple objects. That's the fill for the tail, that's the spot. The nose is an object, each eye is a separate object, and this mouth is a separate object. Let me undo all of those. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and select all of them, and I'm going to hold Control D to duplicate. I'm going to hold Control G with all of them selected and group them by holding Control G. And now let's move that into our duplicate layer. Okay. Now we could probably, let's just hide these few fills right here for a second. Actually, let's go ahead and label them. That'll be tail fill. We're going to call this the spot fill. We'll name that nose fill. We'll name this an eye fill. And again, one more time, eye fill. And so now hold my shift key. I'm going to select all those parts and we are going to hide the visibility. Actually, I selected the wrong one. We need the inside one. Yep, okay. Now, hide the visibility. All right, so now what we're left with are our outlines. Actually, it's our fill. Okay, we're going to work with this one later, but we're going to create a satin out of this one as well. So we want to select this. Let me turn on my nodes tool so we can see what we're selecting. Select this and select that. Go to extensions, Inkstitch, tool stroke, and fill to stroke. We don't need to keep the original. Just hit apply. And close. And you can see it turned all of those fills into a stroke. We're going to make a couple of minor adjustments here. We're going to extend this out on each side. And we're going to make them all, let's see if we can delete that node. We'll pull this down. We'll bring this up. Let's delete that one. We'll bring this one out. We'll bring this one down to where they all end at the same point. And let's go look around, see if there's anything else that needs to be cleaned up. And that looks pretty good. You can see it put all of those center lines into a group, which is fine. So now we can go with these strokes highlighted. We can go to our fill and stroke tab. We want to go to our stroke menu, and we want to make that our satin outline stitch, and we want it to be 1.5 millimeters wide. Okay, for some reason, okay, those were not in the group, so we're going to select those two. We're going to make those 1.5 millimeter. Okay, so let's do this. Let's create another layer, and we're going to call this satin outline. Okay, we're going to take this, let's move it to that layer, move it. Let me just hide that, okay, because I want to select just these two, and I also want to move those to that layer. Satin outline, move. Okay, now that we're in our satin outline, we're going to go to this path. We're going to do ungroup. Okay, now let's go and deal with this and make this a satin outline as well. We're going to turn on our nodes tool. Actually, no, we are going to remove our fill color. Need to select it. Remove our fill color by hitting the X, and we're going to go to our fill and stroke menu, and let's make that outline, that'll be fine, 0.2, and select the color of our stroke. Hold our shift key down and create our stroke color. Now we can use our nodes tool, and we are going to remove this segment by highlighting the two end nodes by just selecting the segment, and we are going to use our delete segment between two non-ending nodes, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to select that segment and delete it. And so now we can go and select one of the nodes on one of the rails and go to path reverse, and then now we can draw our rungs with our pen tool and define our stitch directions. Okay. With it selected, go to extensions, Inkstitch, and params. We'll turn off our running stitch. We'll go and create a center walk underlay, and that looks good. We're going to hit apply and quit. Let's go here. Let's name this mouth outline, and we're going to move that to our satin outline layer. All right, very good. We'll turn that back on, and so we're going to select everything in that satin outline layer, and I'm going to hold my control. Let's see, actually there's a couple of other things we need to do. We need our nose fill and our spot fill turned on. We're going to select both of those by holding the shift key. We're going to duplicate those. Okay. Let me go back to the spot fill and hide that one, and because those are going to stitch first. Those will be a fill stitch. Now this and the nose fill, we're going to turn off our fill, go to our stroke style, and we're going to narrow that stroke. We're going to add the stroke color, and so now let's go. We've got a couple of things we've got to clean up right here. We use my nodes tool, and let's delete a couple of these nodes and try to smooth this out somewhat. That's close enough. This one here, we're gonna delete. Let me go back and turn off our outline for a second. Okay, so we're going to delete the segment here. We still have those nodes selected. We're going to delete them. We're going to delete everything up to this corner. I'll delete that one as well. Delete that one. Okay, let's go back and turn on our outline. Let's lower our opacity. Well, sorry. Lower our opacity here so we can see what's going on. First of all, let's select both of them, and yes, our stroke style, we're going to do 1.5 millimeter. Okay. Let's do this. Yeah, we can do that later. All right. We are going to move those to, they're still selected. We're going to move those into our satin outline layer. Okay, there you go. So now, very good. Everything, let's go back and we're going to work with just the outlines today, and we'll make a subsequent video of how to do the fills. So with everything selected, except the mouth outline. Let's, yeah, we'll leave it there. Sorry. Let's do this. Start at the bottom. Hold our shift key down. Select this one. We're going to skip the mouth outline. Hold the control key down and select the spot fill. Actually, it's no longer a fill. It should be an outline. But anyway, the only one that will not be selected is the mouth because it is already a satin stitch. So now with all of these strokes highlighter, we'll go to Extensions, Inkstitch, Tools, Satin, Convert Line to Satin. And now we have our satin outline. We're going to go to Visualize and Export in Simulator, and you'll see it stitch out. It's not going to be in the correct order, but it is a satin outline. And in a subsequent video, we're gonna show you how to route the stitches so it sews continuously, and we are going to show you how to do the fill imagery. Thanks for watching.